I'm here now with my two guests. They're from Nashville. These are the first guys I've ever talked to from Nashville for the last 6 years, really. I did Hoyt Axton about 6 years ago. I did a country show at that time, and you were sort of breaking the trend. I've been doing mostly English people and American rock scene, New York scene, you know, kind of folks. Now, you just did the Peppermint, right? On Friday night,
yeah.
Right? How did it stack up? How did New York treat you?
It was great, yeah. Friday night was, I guess, the best, you know, so far.
It's yeah, so far in New York, it's our best performance and best turnout, you know, and best response from the crowd.
Now, I've got your album here. It's your third album. This is the White Animals on Dread Beat Records, and I want to introduce the guys to you. This is Stephen Boyd, who's the bassist with the band, and Kevin Gray, who's guitarist, keyboardist, and also vocalist. You both write songs, right?
Yeah, we're the main songwriters for now. Everybody pitches in, though.
Now tell me, like, coming to New York and everything, you have expectations, you say, hey, this is New York, this is going to be a little tougher. Maybe the crowd's going to give me a little bit more grief, because really I'm not a hometown or a local band. Were you nervous about playing New York?
No, not really. We played here 4 or 5 times before, and I don't know. You think that New York people would be tougher to, you know, win over, but I don't know. There's still a lot of rockers out there that just like to hear, you know, you get out and play. So it's okay.
It's great to have what you do validated by the acceptance you get here, because New York is so fast and so tough and so tall, and I mean everything's just so intense here. It blows you away a little bit.
Now, how's the club scene here, though? I mean, is it like the clubs happening in Nashville? Especially, I know the country music scene is happening, but what about the rock scene down there?
Oh, it's great. It's thriving, you know. It's like the whole local band scene that you read about all over America, little local scenes, different people getting together with their friends and forming bands, you know.
What's your favorite club down there?
Cantrell.
Oh, really?
That's our local bar that we play.
Yeah.
It's a great bar.
Yeah, it's a big house?
Yeah, we pack out 600 people.
It used to be a burger boy, and Waylon Jennings worked there washing dishes. Chris Christopherson used to sweep it up. And
oh, this is one of those legendary places that you have to work there to really make it, right, in music. It gives you some good luck, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds nice. Now, this album's out on your own label, right? Dread Beat's your own label?
Exactly. Some people started that in Nashville to help us and a couple of other bands. It's worked well. I mean,
the raves are fantastic. I was really impressed with that. Where was it? May 1st. Chris Scout Consumer Guide and the Village Voice gave you guys a B+. That's terrific. Now, you've been in New York a while. Been doing anything here besides just playing at the Pep, or?
We've had a few like interviews with Cream Magazine. You know, New York is where all the writers are and all that. And, been meeting around with record people and just seeing the town, meeting our publicist and having photos taken. You know.
All the magazines are here. I mean, everything's in New York. That's what makes it so special.
No, it's true.
We're just trying to learn our way around, really.
It's really true. It's a good town to play in. Now, you know, you've been sort of compared to having sort of a 60s trend. Maybe it's because you happen to pick up some cover tunes that are like the classics in rock. So maybe the critics just gravitate to saying psychedelia or the 60s. But I noticed that could it be like a trend that's coming out of Nashville, like maybe a 60s feel to some of the things that are happening there musically?
It's hard to say if it's a trend.
I mean, we're doing it, but we like 60s music, but we've got that's the base, but we like to look to modern things, you know, such as dubs and
people have such an idealistic view of the 60s. It's like I think everybody looks on it as one of the most creative periods in music, so I'm happy about that.
Now, let me ask you this. You've opened for many different bands. You've opened for many different bands, and like the Kinks and the Heads and Duran Duran, and I was wondering, who was the most difficult band to open for?
They were all pretty easy.
Surprisingly, yeah.
Probably the easiest was the Kinks. We opened for the Kinks in Nashville at the Grand Ole Opry House, you know, on that old stage.
Our hometown crowd and stuff. The Talking Heads, you know, is a very sophisticated crowd, and we were nervous about being just a rock and roll band with all these people expecting such art, you know. Duran was its own problem because it was just all little girls and stuff, but we went over real well. That made us feel great.
They don't give you a hard time though, right? Like they let you see the sound check and they let you take an encore if the place goes crazy and everything, right? Yeah. Now, what's this rumor I heard that you had #1 song in Canada?
We've had a couple of things. We've had a couple of #1s on cable radio here in New York, and the song "Don't Care" that the video is coming up from was actually #1 on a station outside Toronto.
Now we have your video coming up. I think it's sort of unique because it's one of like the first indie label videos to break MTV, right? And you had pretty good play on it too for about 6 weeks, right?
We performed all over the country, and so we had enough of a network established with our records distributed nationwide, worldwide in fact, that we were able to go directly. Even though we're a small label, they liked the video and they put it on. It helped us a lot.
Now Kevin, it's interesting because I heard before, right before we went on, that you're a doctor.
Yeah, that's right.
You're actually a doctor, so like after you make it big, you can have quite a booming practice, I would think, right?
I could give you some free medical advice later after the show.
Maybe. Oh, I could use it. I could save me the trip. Listen, we have your video coming up. It's called "Don't Care." You want to introduce it for us?
Steve, do it.
This was shot in Atlanta at a club called Hedgens about a year ago, and it's been played quite a bit on MTV. And it's quite a boost for us. We're happy to be here tonight, to play it for you.
Oh, I'm glad you're here too. You guys are great. The record is great.
It's one of our songs.
Once again, let's pick these up because this is a really great album cover. This is Ecstasy, White Animal's third LP on Dreadbeat Records, and now we're going to check out their really great video called "Don't Care." The White